But in the movies or the TV shows, how it shows that the lawyers are fine. There's corrupt lawyers. We all hear, there's corrupt lawyers, and how they take the case to the judge, and the judge is on such a high moral standing, and he sees through all the bullshit and lays down the law in a moral way, and the bad guys goes to jail. That's all propaganda that they've been feeding us through the TVs and the movies. It's not true. It's not true. I can only speak from my experience, as I've told you guys. There are a lot of lawyers out there who want to do the right thing. There's a lot of lawyers who want to do the right thing. And they can't because there's a lot of judges who don't do the right thing. There are a lot of judges who will say that they neither have the time or the resources to even read the document, to read your case. There are a lot of judges, and I'm not even scared anymore, because it's come to a point in time where I realize you can't be scared anymore, and you have to talk out your story. There are judges out there who are willing to take bribes. Do you guys know that? There are a lot of judges that are willing to take bribes, and they do. So you might be thinking like, okay, you got this narcissistic evil person who commits perjury, who lies in court, who hides documents, who lie outright, who abuse, who do all these things, and the judge will look at them and let them get away with it. You know why that is? Because like recognizes like. Like wants to support like. Like wants to acknowledge like. That's why you see a lot of people come to court and they lie and they steal and they do all these kinds of things. And the judge knows it and will allow them to get away with it. You know why? It's because like recognizes like. And that's why there is just such a epidemic in our legal system that's masquerades itself as a justice system. It's not a justice system in the West. It's not a justice system in the West at all. I realize that I am a spiritual being living in a physical body. Spirit is energy. Energy can never be destroyed. It can never die. It can only be transferred. I know that after this life, I know that I'll be transferred into something else. So I'm not scared about these people. I recognize these judges as people. They're not gods. They have biases. They hate certain people. They eat and drink and shit just like anybody else. Okay? Nobody wants to say that. You know how many lawyers I went to who want to do the right thing, but they were so scared of the judges because they want to do the right thing? You're scared to do the right thing because you're scared of what the judge will say? Isn't the judge there to do the right thing? No, they're not. That's why there's so much corruption, and that's why people are getting away, people get away with unaliving. Okay? You know that? You know that in my country, there's a super wealthy rich man. You guys can go Google it if you want. I know that over the years, I think this is back in 2019 or 2018, but over the years, they're kind of like switching the story around. And I wish that I had saved these documents online. But do you know in Canada, there was a really wealthy man who unalived 2 people in public, and he never spent one afternoon in jail or prison. You know that happens? You know that happens? You know why? Because like recognizes like. If liars and thieves and wolves can go to court and get away with it, with judges who see the case and see the details of the case in details, and they get away with it. You know why? It's because like recognizes like. And everybody's too scared to say something. Everybody just rather like tuck their tails and be chicken shits. Like recognizes like. That's why our legal system, masquerading as a justice system, is all mashed up, and that's why we're all fucked in here in the West. Because it probably goes on in the States. I know it goes on in the States. I know it goes on in the States. Big time, big time. But up here in Canada, we like to say, oh, you know, Canada is the land of freedom and the land of equality and the land of multiculturalism. And don't believe the movies. The movies are a fairy tale. The TV shows are a fairy tale trying to deceive us that these people who are human beings just like us, they have biases just like us. They have hate in their hearts just like anybody else, okay? They shit in the bog every morning just like anybody else, okay? Okay? They got hot flashes just like anybody else, okay? The judges here in the West, stop acting like as if they're gods. The new justice system is social media. It's not in the courthouse. It's not in the courtroom. It's not in the police station. Justice does not live there. Justice system lives on this app. And I refuse to be silenced. I refuse to be silenced because I know I'm not the only one. I know there are others out there. I know there are many others out there, especially here in the West. And the world needs to know that we are not being treated right. Our legal system, our justice system has been corrupted and it has been hijacked. And the world needs to know. We need more truth speakers out there. We need more words of truth out there. You guys are out there. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Your energy, your spirit. Spirit is energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. You will never die. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Keep your eyes on me, guys, please. And if you do, thank you. I'm not the only one. The more I keep quiet, I've been quiet since the last 5 years. I've been quiet for the last 5 years. And the more I hold my tongue, I can't be quiet. I refuse to be quiet anymore. I do have another YouTube channel. I started that YouTube channel actually maybe just like seriously like a week before my children were taken. And I had posted it, but I didn't make it public because I was so terrified of what the court system was going to do. But they had their way with me. So there's like no holding back now. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out all this YouTube stuff and like all the social media stuff, but I'll put the link in there somewhere. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Okay. But keep your eyes on me, please. The new justice system lives in social media. Okay. There are people out on social media with a high moral compass, higher than those public servants who work in the legal corporations, aka the legal system. What I am going through, I am not the only one. Right now, I may be one of the few who are willing to speak out, but the more I speak out, the more other people will speak out. I refuse to be silenced, and I will not be silenced anymore.